The world of The Bold and the Beautiful never fails to deliver twists and turns that keep its audience on the edge of their seats. In the latest developments, the beloved characters Paris and Thomas have been absent from Los Angeles, having moved to France. However, their return to LA is not just a simple homecoming. It comes with monumental news that will send ripples through the lives of the Forrester family and beyond. After spending time away from the complexities and drama of their former lives, Paris and Thomas are about to make a grand re-entrance. The couple, who had seemingly found peace and happiness in France, are returning to LA with a life-changing announcement. Paris is pregnant. The news of Paris's pregnancy is bound to bring joy to the Forrester family, who have always held a special place in their hearts for both Paris and Thomas. As the family gathers to celebrate this joyous occasion, their happiness will be evident. But as with all things in the world of the bold and the beautiful, not everything is as simple as it seems. One character who will be particularly affected by this news is Hope. Hope has been trying her best to move on from Thomas, with whom she shares a complicated and intense history. The news of Thomas returning with Paris and the upcoming addition to their family is bound to stir up old emotions. Despite her efforts to put her past with Thomas behind her, Hope will find herself grappling with feelings of jealousy and regret. The sight of Thomas and Paris building a happy family together could be too much for her to handle, especially when she had once envisioned a future with Thomas herself. As the tension builds, the storyline takes a darker turn. Hope's internal struggle could lead her to make a catastrophic mistake. In a moment of emotional turmoil, she might inadvertently do something that puts Paris's pregnancy at risk. The possibility of a tragic accident looms large, raising the stakes for all involved. The consequences of such an event would be devastating, not only for Paris and Thomas, but for Hope as well. If Paris were to lose the baby, the ramifications would be far-reaching. Thomas, who is deeply protective of Paris and their unborn child, would be devastated by the loss. His grief would quickly turn to anger if he suspected that Hope was responsible for the tragedy. Although it might initially seem like a terrible accident, Thomas could come to believe that Hope's actions were not as innocent as they appeared. He might be convinced that Hope, driven by jealousy, intentionally harmed Paris. This suspicion would create an intense and heartbreaking conflict between Hope and Thomas. Their once close relationship would be irreparably damaged, as Thomas would struggle to forgive someone he believes took away his chance at happiness. The situation could escalate to the point where the police become involved, launching an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the potential loss of the baby. The involvement of law enforcement would add a layer of tension and intrigue to the storyline. If the investigation uncovers evidence that suggests Hope's actions were intentional, it would not only shatter her reputation but also lead to serious legal consequences. The possibility of Hope being found guilty of such a heinous act would shock the Forrester family and the broader community, raising questions about justice, forgiveness, and the true nature of her intentions. As the investigation unfolds, viewers will be left to wonder whether Hope really meant to harm Paris or if it was all a tragic accident. The truth could be more complicated than anyone expects, with multiple layers of deception, misunderstanding, and emotional pain. This storyline has the potential to change the dynamics of the bold and the beautiful in significant ways, as alliances shift and characters are forced to confront the darker aspects of their relationships. In conclusion, the return of Paris and Thomas to LA is not just a simple plot development, but a catalyst for a series of events that will have a profound impact on the characters and the overall narrative of The Bold and the Beautiful. As the Forrester family prepares to welcome a new member, the joy of the occasion will be overshadowed by the potential for tragedy, betrayal, and the unraveling of long-standing relationships. The audience will be glued to their screens, eagerly awaiting each new episode to see how this emotionally charged storyline plays out.